Hi everyone, welcome back. Today in this video, we are going to be diving into the sketchbook again. So if you want to mess around in your sketchbook, join me. Join us. Join us. Today's going to be a fun one because I'm going to be using some reference pictures. I have not picked out any reference pictures yet, so I'm not sure what I'm going to get into. That part is going to kind of be a little surprise along the way, I guess. The challenge for today is to change it up a bit, to make it different looking. You know, if you're working on developing a certain style, I've really enjoyed approaching things with a looser art style. So I'm definitely going to be kind of practicing with that. This is not really going to be a tutorial. It's kind of going to be like, here's your reference picture. Draw along with me. Sometimes it's just good to practice drawing a reference picture that you might not have picked for yourself. If you're working on getting your stuff to look less cartoony and more realistic, you can practice doing that. Or if you want to practice values and you just want to use one color to try to get it done that way, I mean, the sky's the limit. You make this video work for you however you need it to today. I've got Caran Neocolor IIs because I'm addicted to them and I love them so much. I also have my Stabilo Woodies. They're both water soluble, so I have water brushes. And depending on how well this process goes, I might even break out this canvas paper that I got. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's Master's Touch. It says it's for watercolor and other wet media. Like, I don't know if you can tell how thin that is. And it's kind of floppy, but I thought it might be fun to try. Like if I come up with something today that's really fun and interesting to draw in my sketchbook, I might try to make it bigger on here or just kind of try to mess around with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start. To start things off, I have a picture of a horse because on my last video, someone requested that I draw a horse. I really kind of like the colors that are going on in this picture. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there's a lot of purple. So I'm just gonna kind of go for it. You know, I probably should have took him up higher. You know, I'm not trying to be perfect with this. I'm sure I'm gonna make plenty of mistakes drawing this, but I'm just gonna kind of mess around with it. See if I can play around. I like these kind of like dots in his fur. His leg. Yeah, I definitely messed up his leg. But we're not worried about it. We're keeping it moving. And this big old belly going off the page. So, and he's actually going to take up a lot of room on this page. He's eating grass. Here's his nose. Alright, is it looking like a horse yet? Yo, his neck is like way long. Probably need to make his face a little bit bigger. Make his neck a little wider. Got all this hair coming down. That. And then it kind of comes over. And he's got like an arch here. And then it kind of goes around that and off the page. So, you know, I'm looking here, I'm looking back there, and this is the first time I've like pulled away and actually looked at it, and it doesn't look too bad. I definitely thought I had completely messed it up way worse than that. His neck, if you notice in the picture, his neck is actually here, and it comes down like that, which is interesting because I made his neck come all the way over here. So I wonder if I should just fix it. That's strange. I don't know. And maybe like that. I don't know. I think I messed it up. It's okay. He's got a big old neck. Looks pretty bad, huh? See if I can fix it with some water. Great thing about the water-soluble materials is that a lot of times you can fix a lot of mistakes just by kind of rubbing over it and then redoing it, which is kind of what I'm going to have to do here. I'll just have to make his neck a little bit more like that. And his leg. I know some of you are probably panicking like, oh no, you completely messed it up. But I promise you, I have not messed it up. Or I've messed it up on purpose. If that makes any sense. Get rid of that eyeball because my plan is I'm going to try to make his head look like it's coming closer to the viewer right here, since I kind of messed up the placement, and give it a little bit more of a 3D look. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how well I execute it. But I need this to dry, so I pulled out my heat gun. Not advised. All right, the power of a heat gun. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. I've never used a heat gun like this before, but I don't want to wait around for things to dry today. I'm going to use this peach color as kind of like the white on the horse. All right, and his nose, unfortunately his nose kind of goes off the page. All right, sorry I went a little bit silent. I really enjoyed drawing this horse. Horses are really like hard to draw until you kind of figure out how to draw them. Of course, that's probably with everything, but it's like, I did a painting a while ago of a horse, and it took me a while to finish that painting because it was so hard to get the horse to look good, because they have so many muscles. It can just be really hard to show that whenever you're drawing it or painting it. Like all of this down in the legs really kind of, it makes the difference between it looking like a horse or looking like a cow. Because this could easily look like a cow, if you make it a little too chubby. and you don't really add in enough muscles, you know, it could easily kind of look like a cow. But I highly recommend trying to draw or paint a horse, because it's very challenging, but it's also just really interesting, and it teaches you a lot about just how different muscles can really shape what you're doing. I haven't been to like art school or anything, so you know, I don't know a whole lot about anatomy. I've never studied any of that kind of stuff, you know, officially. Of course, I've looked up pictures and drawn from pictures and stuff like that. That's kind of how I've learned. But I feel like horses like makes you want to learn the muscles of certain, you know, animals or even people, and like faces. Like you don't really realize, you know, how many muscles there are in the face, and bone structure and all that kind of stuff. It's like it makes you want to learn all that stuff. I hope that makes sense. um, at least it made me want to learn that stuff. So I think it's definitely worth learning for sure. What do we think about it? Let me see if I can get rid of this ear. I can't. I can't really get rid of that ear very much. All right, what do we think? I love it. Here's it up close, so you can really see all the marks and different colors that I did. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad for kind of jacking up the face. I'm glad I tried to fix this face, because really the neck was just way too long and weird coming this way. Oh, I forgot to do his eyeball. I'm kind of sad that his face comes off the page, but at the same time, you know, it makes it interesting. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with it. Okay, let's do another one, shall we? What are we gonna do next? A couple of videos ago, I did a quick 2-minute drawing video with landscapes, and one of the pictures had this awesome hay bale, and I kind of want to put it in this picture. I think it would make a good like scene, or I could put cactus. What if I put cactus in there? Ooh, I like the colors together. Is that weird having a horse eating near cactus? It doesn't necessarily mean he's eating the cactus. He's just near it. Horses are smart. They know not to eat cactus. So there's the hay bale that I was talking about. I feel like the cactus is more interesting and different. The hay bale, it's kind, you know, it seems like, of course, there would be a hay bale, but cactus, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think I'm gonna put cactus in here. And I can use this as reference. I know I still have the picture somewhere. I could even put the big cactus in the background. That might be fun too. Okay, yep, I'm sold. I sold myself. I'm doing it. I'll find the original picture and I'll put the original picture up here for y'all. And I'm just going to go off of the picture that I sketched out. I think to get that color, I did a little bit of this green too. And we'll have a big one here, even though it's not in my picture. I'm not sure if it's in the original or not. Maybe some smaller ones coming around, and then it won't look quite so dangerous to the I don't want it to come off like the horse is in danger of being stabbed by cactus. I actually want to add a little blue in here. A few more little ones here and this way. And then for the distance, we can have it kind of lower. Like that. Because we're just kind of playing off of the idea. We don't have to you know, it's always good to come up with your own kind of variation. Like one here in the distance. Loving it. Loving it. And this part needs to dry. For the sky, I thought about leaving it just blank or just blue, like a really light blue. But at the same time, I kind of want to do a sunset. But I don't know, maybe a sunset might take away from the color of the horse. Just a blue. I think just a blue would make everything pop better. I'm going to try just a blue. Okay. But in order to do the blue, I'm not going to draw it on there because I don't want to get lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wet water brush and I'm going to get some Neocolor off like that. And then I'm going to smear it around like that. I think I'm going to move these clips. Then I can kind of fix this area down here. I think here. And then because it's dry now, I can actually do like, it looks like maybe there's some kind of bush or something, just really tall grass. Well, this video wasn't supposed to be a complete scene finished in my sketchbook. But I'm really happy with it. And I think it was really fun combining the two reference images into one like scene. Really a good idea. I love the colors. I love the colors of the horse mixed with the colors of the cactus and everything. I'm glad I did the sky blue. I think if I had done the sunset colors, it would have really taken away from the horse. This is a good example of what can happen if you just play around in your sketchbook. You know, I had no idea that I was going to come up with a full scene. It's just a creative domino effect. You start with one idea, it goes a little wrong, and then you fix it, and then you come up with another idea and you layer. I don't know. It feels good. It feels good to complete something like this. And I don't want to, I really wanted to try the canvas paper out today, but I think because this came out so well, it's like I kind of just want to leave the video here. And I hope that's okay. I hope today was inspiring, you know, gets you moving and playing around with reference photos. Thank you to everybody who hit the like button or subscribed. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you guys. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.